At the beginning scene, it is shown that the crime-fighting robots are supplied by a company called Tetraval, which ensures the safety of robots against hacking by using a special key to update their software. Before the success of human-sized police robots, the company was supposed to launch a bigger robot called the Moose. The Moose was designed by Vincent Moore, the weapon designer and former soldier who believes in making remotely controlled robots. The robotic police scouts are designed by Dion, who believes in artificial intelligence and making new robots that can think and feel. Unfortunately, the robotic scout number 22 keeps getting in trouble repeatedly, as it's repaired continuously at the maintenance factory. Suddenly, a police alarm indicates reports of gunfire at a certain area and demands immediate action by all available scouts, so Scout 22 is repaired and sent to the police operation. Meanwhile, a drug deal between two groups goes wrong, and one group leader, called Hippo, warns his enemy Ninja to pay $20 million in 1 week. Just as they get engaged in a heated argument, robotic police scouts attack the criminals. Soon, Scout 22 enters a room to arrest the criminals, but gets hit by a rocket launcher in his chest and falls to the ground, while Ninja and his friends Yolandi and America escape in a van. After the successful raid, the media praises the robotic scouts for their 30th successful crime raid in a year. As a result, the police chief orders the Tetraval company to build 100 more scouts for police. Everyone at the company praises Dion, while his rival Moore gets jealous of his victory. Later on, the Tetraval boss Bradley warns Moore that he has one last chance to convince the police chief about his project in a meeting tomorrow, or it will be abandoned forever. Dion visits the damaged Scout 22 in the maintenance factory and realizes it's shattered beyond repair, so he orders to crush and recycle it. Meanwhile, Ninja and his gang arrive at an old warehouse to hide from the police. They plan to steal the remote of police scouts so that they can carry on a money heist to pay $20 million to Hippo. Ninja and his team plan to kidnap Dion to succeed in their plan. When Dion goes home, he starts working on a project and successfully creates an artificial intelligence program for his robots. So, he excitedly runs to his office for a meeting with his boss Bradley, but she refuses to fund his new project. She even prohibits him from using Scout 22 as an experiment to test the program. The rejection makes Dion very heartbroken, but he soon recovers as he plans to steal Scout 22 for his test project. Subsequently, Moore tries to impress the police chief with his robot Moose, but the chief makes fun of his robot. He dismisses Moore by calling his project too big, scary, and expensive, which makes Moore upset. On the other hand, Dion secretly steals Scout 22, puts it in his van, and drives away toward his house. But unfortunately, Ninja and his team kidnap him and take him to their warehouse. When Dion wakes up later, he offers them money for his freedom, but Ninja demands for the remote control for his scouts. As Dion refuses to help them, Ninja decides to kill him. However, they find the broken Scout 22 in his van and demand to fix it in exchange for his life. They further order Dion to reprogram the robot to work as a gangster. As Dion has no choice, he complies with them and installs his new artificial intelligence program into Scout 22. He warns them about this project's success rate as he is unsure about its outcomes. Soon, Dion succeeds in installing the software with his guard key, and Scout 22 turns on with his new programming. Dion then warns Ninja and others that the robot might initially act like a human child, with no understanding of language and cognition, but will adapt to the environment soon. True to his assumption, the robot hides away, scared, while the humans try to interact with him. Soon he adjusts to his surroundings, and Yolandi names it Chappie as he seems like a cheerful robot. Dion then leaves their place, promising to join them tomorrow for training Chappie. When Moore tries to steal the guard key of Scouts, he gets surprised that it's missing and installed in Scout 22. So he threatens Dion with his gun for the guard key, but Dion refuses to yield. Moore gets pissed as he feels suspicious of Dion, so he decides to follow him to track his activities. Meanwhile, the gangsters teach basic words to Chappie as he calls Yolandi his mommy. Additionally, Ninja gets impatient with Chappie and tries to teach him gun shooting, but Chappie acts clueless, which makes Ninja irritated. Soon, Dion arrives there, followed by Moore, and teaches Chappie about painting. He gets upset that Chappie learned some profane words from gangsters, so he prevents Chappie from committing crimes. But soon, Ninja arrives there and threatens Dayon to leave his property while he explains to Yolandi that Chappie needs criminal training for the heist. Ninja gets a call from his friends that huge billion-dollar cash will be moved in the next few days, so they plan to contact King to assist them in the heist. Additionally, Ninja plans to toughen up Chappie, so he lures him into getting in his car to face the real world. Chappie feels reluctant, but cannot resist Ninja, who throws him at a group of street criminals. They first get surprised to see a cop robot between them but recover soon and start hitting Chappie violently. As if the beating wasn't enough, they also burn him with fire. Later, Chappie runs away from there and sits on a secluded ground, but unfortunately, Moore follows him with his armored military friends. Moore and his fellows hit Chappie and kidnap him in their van. Later, they steal his guard key and cut out his arm. Chappie tries to resist them but runs away when Moore and his fellows try to violently break him. Moore then orders his fellows to leave Chappie as he is disabled and useless now. Besides, he got the guard key from it. Chappie then returns to his place where Yolandi sits at the door worried for him. When she spots him crippled, she gets upset and hugs him. Then, she scolds Ninja for putting Chappie in trouble. Later, they repair Chappie's arm with some spare parts and get happy when they succeed in their mission. Dayon gets a call from his company's security to return the guard key by the end of the day, or they will report him for stealing it. He then remembers that he left the guard key in Chappie, and to retrieve it, he must use force. So he buys a gun and bullets as he plans to visit Chappie. Eventually, Ninja apologizes to Chappie for abandoning and endangering him and promises to act like a real dad in future. He later plans to deceive Chappie by training it to act like a cool gangster. At first, Chappie hesitates, but Ninja convinces him to adapt to his ways. They teach him to shoot with a gun. Instead of using bullets, they teach him to use a knife to scare the bad guys. Later, Ninja gifts Chappie gangster necklaces, which make him very happy. After a while, Chappie learns to be a cool gangster and steals several cars from common people. Chappie soon steals many cars, and Ninja praises him. He later plans to gift cars to King so that he can support him in heist with his resources. But Chappie still seems reluctant about the heist, so Ninja tries to blackmail him emotionally. He prevents Chappie from meeting King as he gets his supplies in exchange for stolen cars. After a while, he informs Chappie that Dayon lied to him and is not the well-wisher, as he put Chappie in a broken body which might die soon. This realization upsets Chappie, as Ninja convinces him to heist, which might help Chappie to get the new body with money. Dayon visits the warehouse to get Chappie back, but Yolandi informs him that Chappie has been gone with Ninja all day. As Chappie returns, he ignores Dayon, who wonders about Chappie's behavior change. After some persuasion, Chappie complains to Dayon for putting him in a faulty body, and Dayon justifies that he was not aware of the success of his mission. Meanwhile, Moore arrives at Tetraval headquarters and inserts the guard key into the system. Later, he puts some virus into the system, corrupting robots. As a result, all the robotic scouts start to explode in their respective locations. As Chappie is linked to the same system, he also faints due to system failure, and Dayon decides to take Chappie to the head office for system repair. Moore celebrates his victory as the system shows all scouts offline, but suddenly his happiness vanishes when he watches Dayon entering the office. Moore then hides behind a table to observe Dayon and Chappie. While in the city, the criminals cause mayhem everywhere after realizing that the scouts are offline. The police chief then calls the Tetraval company to resolve the scout issue. Additionally, he orders to utilize every police officer in reserve to tackle the crime situation in the city. When Dayon enters the Tetraval head office, he finds a corrupt file in the system and cancels it, which results in an improvement in the condition of Chappie. Dayon tries to convince Chappie to get away from the office, but Chappie decides to steal a neural helmet. He requests Dayon to give him a new body, but Dayon isn't sure about the transfer of Chappie's conscience and declines the request. As a result, Chappie gets upset at Dayon and runs away with a stolen helmet. When the police arrive at Tetraval, Moore cleverly leaves his table but forgets to get the guard key out. Chappie arrives at his place and tries the neural helmet on Yolandi as an experiment to get her consciousness data. Next, he tries the helmet on himself and exclaims with joy as he succeeds in his mission. The whole group decides to go on the money heist, and Chappie joins them to get money for his new body. They cause havoc in the city, injuring many people as the media shows Chappie helping the criminals. When Hippo watches footage of Chappie, he wants it for himself and decides to attack Ninja and his gang. Additionally, Moore tries to take advantage of the situation and convinces his boss to launch his robot Moose. He adds that Dion is responsible for the faulty scouts, as the media shows footage of Chappie. Dion has no other option but to run away from the office, but before leaving, he discovers the guard key in Moore's computer. Moreover, Chappie cheers happily after getting the money and requests Ninja to get his new body. But Ninja apologizes to Chappie for lying about Heist. There is no new body. Chappie gets enraged and starts to attack Ninja and America as Yolandi tries to calm him down. Soon, Dion arrives there and warns them about upcoming attack by Moose, but suddenly Hippo arrives. Hippo demands Ninja that instead of his 20 million, he wants Chappie now. However, Moose approaches them and kills America by cutting his body in half. When Ninja fights Moore, it burns their van with all the cash from Heist. Finally, Moose spots Dion and tries to kill him, but Chappie saves him in time and plants a bomb on the shoulder of Moose. Later, when Dion tries to run away, Hippo stops him, but Ninja helps Dion escape from Hippo, and Ninja gets shot in the leg. While Hippo shoots Dion in the stomach, Yolandi and Chappie leave for Tetraval to help Dion, but Ninja stays behind to help his friends escape. Yolandi jumps after him to save his life, but Moose kills her with a bullet. Chappie then takes away the neural helmet and swears to take revenge on Moore. He suddenly notices the bomb he planted and detonates it, which causes an explosion as Moose gets destroyed. Chappie then takes Dion into Tetraval's head office to save his life. However, he first goes to get revenge on Moore as he killed Yolandi. As the police try to enter the office, Chappie puts the neural helmet on Dion's head to transfer his consciousness to a robotic body. Dion wakes up as a robot and quickly understands the whole situation. He uses his computer to transfer Chappie's consciousness into one of his scouts. As the door opens, Dion runs away along with Chappie. The next day they meet Ninja, who mourns Yolandi's death. However, Ninja still has the USB with Yolandi's consciousness, as Chappie had tested the helmet on her. They hack Tetraval's production facility, create a robot resembling Yolandi, and upload the contents of the flash drive. However, due to these events, the police force abandons using robots for security and instead hires humans again. They also issue warrants for Dion and Chappie.